Do you remember your first impressions of each other? The first time you came upon each other?
Aye. Well, we were in music, and I was in one class, he's in the other, but he came through. At this point is when you were at the skate park and you obviously done something in your chin. You had like a big plaster there, with like a big chin strap on, and your hair was different.
Aye, I was a proper wee skater boy.
Aye, it was, and I kind of knew who you were. And I was just playing drums and that. I don't know. Thought you looked like a bit of a fanny. Can we swear? Oh, right, aye.
I thought Connor looked like a lovely young man.
That was the first time I think I ever seen you. And then first time I met you, I was like, yeah, he's a definite fanny.
The only reason that I came through that class is because I liked one of the girls in your class and was spending way too much time in that class, and then after the end of term gig, you had played with that girl.
Aye.
You played drums, and I was like, he's a really good drummer, let's get a band together.
Aye. When we started this weird, I think like everybody starts a rock band when in high school. So we started that. What we called DTS, Desecrate the State.
Not my name.
Nah, somebody else picked it.
So did you guys make music before Pyro?
Never made it.
No, we
Kind of played it, but it was actually that band kind of dissolved, and then me and Cammy were like, I will just do like a two-piece, wait for the bassist to come along, and we're still waiting on the bassist. So we just kind of went from there. We started making our own
That's
stuff.
not us
really
looking
quick.
for a bassist, by the way.
Oh, no, no bassists. Too complicated.
Have you always been rooted in that kind of heavier, rockier genre? Or did you ever kind of go close to any other kinds of music?
It kind of just happens, eh?
Aye, I don't know. It feels as if what we play is completely different from what we listen to.
Yeah.
So what sort of stuff are you listening to?
Everything, to be fair.
Right now I'm listening to a lot of Billie Eilish. Just like all the stuff we listen to is a lot softer than the stuff we play.
Yeah.
Also, I'm listening to a lot of a lot of Stormzy now for some reason. I think it was he has like some beef with another guy now, so I was listening to him. So it's a weird variation. Billie Eilish and Stormzy. What about you? You were actually talking about this in the car. Who are you listening to right now?
Aye, unintentionally, and it's going to sound like I'm just putting all these names in to try and plug loads of Scottish bands, but at the moment I'm just listening to loads of Scottish bands. Like in my playlist now, I've got Father Son, Van Ives, Vicovey, and then I've got some other, but I've got the SLP in now, and Rex Orange County, and hundreds of stuff. But aye, a lot of Scottish music at the moment, which is kind of unlike me. But
What are you saying there about the softer kind of music you listen to though, that's not as heavy as the stuff you make? Can you hear elements of that kind of carry into the stuff that you create, or do you think you take influence from it?
I personally hear a lot of what I'm listening to when I write, like the guitar parts. Like what the guitar parts I write are very influenced by what I'm listening to at the time, but I'm not sure many other people could hear that. It's all just my head.
Aye, a lot of my stuff's I'm not taking influence for people. I'm not saying that I'm I'm super creative, so I don't need to take influence, but I don't think that I can take influence, because that's their stuff. So my shit's my shit, their shit's theirs, so I'll just keep it that way. I just appreciate their stuff. Lyrics is kind of I'll try and kind of steal the style, how somebody writes lyrics in a way, just clever words. I don't know, they I don't know, that's like my thing, I think. It kind of started with Arctic Monkeys, because Alex Turner's a proper good lyricist. And then I think that's spilled over into listening to Billie Eilish, because it's weird, because she's so young, but you don't think she is. So that's really the only, what's the word? Inspiration, I guess. That I take away from other artists.
It's funny, that's the first time I've heard that you've been into Billie Eilish, and I would not have expected that.
It's weird, it just happened. Getting phone calls, man.
Do you guys both write the lyrics? Because I know you both sing in the band.
Now, I don't really sing, I just make noise, and I most certainly don't write lyrics.
Aye, I write the lyrics and do the whole singing thing.
At what age did you start consciously kind of putting thoughts down on the paper in like a musical lyrical form?
Must have been about 15, 16. It just happened by accident. It was just the same kind of thing. We wanted to find another singer and I think a bassist. I think we were ideally looking for a bassist that could sing, but that was difficult.
You never wanted to sing?
No, didn't really want to do it. And then we just started writing like proper kind of classical rock things, just the general stuff like when you're like 15 you want to be like the biggest rock star in the world, and then it kind of disappears when you realise that it's not really that cool being a rock star. So I just changed up the way I wrote just the things that happened, and you know, like most people write about like things that happened to them. So I was just like be as honest as I can, write it down and then see if it sounds any good.
Do you know you're going to write about something when it happens? Does something happen you think you're going to turn that into a song? Or?
It's more like things that have happened in the past. I find it quite hard to like pick a subject and then write about that, or go, oh, this is how I felt at this time. I'll write about that. And it's just like things that have already happened. So eventually I'll run out of songs.
Do you apply the meaning to them after then? Do you know what you're writing about when you're writing it, or is it only afterwards you can kind of work out, oh, this song was about this?
Aye, some songs are like a mix between, you know, like what it's hard to explain actually, you explained that better than I did. Like, you write it and then you're like, oh, this part means this, and then the next part means that. So it's not like a song, it doesn't really have a story, really. It's just different parts of my life that I've like popped into a song. And again, hope it sounds alright.
Being in a two-piece band as well, obviously you spoke about before the pair you were in that bigger band, was that a four-piece?
Yeah.
Before. When you shifted to a two-piece, how did that affect the way you write it? You write songs, 'cause it must have altered it a wee bit.
We didn't write in that other band.
Aye.
That was like a cover band.
I mean, I don't know, in theory, like, it would probably, it's easier writing, I think, being in a two-piece compared to being in like a four-piece. In fact, because I'm in another band now, but I'm just drumming. So, like, the person that I'm in a band with, she came to us with a new song, and it was really hard to like get all the ideas together and then try and kind of move on. But we can bang out a song in like 15 minutes, and then we more or less just like fix the song through the gigs instead of fixing it in the practice room. I hate rehearsing, so
writing for us is more of a jam session. Like when we book a rehearsal, it's just us jamming and trying to come up with new ideas for songs, and that's genuinely how all our songs have been written, just by mistake, and then a wee bit of thought goes into it.
Aye.
After a few gigs.
It's like we got to write one song and then I will come back to that next week, and we just can't get any of the ideas down, so we'll try and do something else, and then just a song kind of comes out from that, I guess.
I want to pick on what you said there about how you fix the songs live.
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen? What are you listening? What's different about it in a live setting that you noticed?
I think I hate rehearsing because I feel like I can just do it live. Like, I just want to go and do it. I'm one of those people. So when it's live, you don't really get a chance to fuck it up. It's just you have to do it and just try like wee things you might think sound better.
I think being a two-piece kind of allows us to do that as well.
Aye.
Like, because I don't need to, like, as the only guitar, as the only person that's kind of holding a note, if you like, you don't have to communicate with anyone else for like a key change or whatever. So we're kind of blessed in the sense that we can just wing it, and it usually turns out alright.
Aye, it's just people just put too much thought into when they're playing live. I feel like just try it. If it doesn't sound that good, you have other songs in your set anyway, and you have another gig probably coming up. So just give it a bash and then see how you get on, essentially.
It's funny because when we record a tune, once we've recorded it, we can't play it any different. We just always play it that way, unintentionally play it that way all the time.
That's how it happens, eh? Our
Aye.
songs aren't actually written until they're out, and then we're like, okay, so that's out now, so we have to play it like that, and then the rest of them, we'll just kind of go on from there.
How do you know what's ready to record then? Because obviously it must be a bit of pressure if you're going to record it and that's it set in stone and you can't change it after that.
I think it's just time, eh?
I don't think there is. I don't think we know a song's ready to be recorded. Pretty much when we finish a song that's got good lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
when we like the lyrics, that's when it's ready to be recorded.
Like, there's a song we have right now that we've played it twice. We've played it twice live, and the first gig we played it just has like a double verse kind of thing, and then I was wanting to do that for the second verse, but I couldn't think of like the next half of it, so I just scrapped it, and then we would go into a chorus. This is sounding complicated, but for the gig we just had and we played it, we just added in like a second half, just something that I thought might work. So that could be that song finished, or it might not be. It just depends what the next gig, how we feel it sounds the next time we play it. Our writing process is odd. Nobody should take any influence from it, really. It's just don't do what we do.
In terms of playing live as well, what are the main factors that affect a performance and affect a gig that change it from gig to gig?
I'll let you take this one, man.
Got me thinking. Well, the last gig we played, he had knackered his shoulder, so it was like all stripped back, and we didn't have real drums or.
Aye.
So I guess that changed it big time. But for a normal gig, I'm not really sure. You've got me there.
Like, just what makes it like a good.
Well, obviously you have
experience.
good gigs and bad gigs, so what's the kind of main indicators and what kind of changes a gig and what pushes it in one direction to be one or the other?
I guess the crowd.
Aye, the crowd. So like, I prefer playing when like our mates are there. I like to go, like, get pushed and then play and just have like a good time essentially. I appreciate it more if like my pals were like, oh, that was decent, than if somebody that I don't know comes up to me and is like, oh, that was real good. Because everybody fucking wants to talk to you when you've came off. So like, I think that just having like familiar people around you, I enjoy that.
I also love to see when you can actually tell that people are into it, like not before or not after, but whilst you're playing, if you can see people who are really enjoying what you're doing, I think that's pretty cool.
How was your experience with Hit the Road then? Because that's maybe putting you out your comfort zone a wee bit
Aye.
if your pals aren't there and you're out on tour and stuff.
It was alright, man, because we had like, obviously everybody has their own like tour manager, and ours would sound as anything. So
Aye.
it was just fun kicking about
Aye.
with somebody that was cool. That we could chat to. We didn't have to be different around them. They made it a lot easier for me anyway.
Aye, pretty class weekend. Even out with like all the gigs were like brilliant because everyone, obviously there was a different headline band, so there was a crowd at every gig. So it was nice to be playing in front of a good crowd all 3 nights.
Aye.
And
all 3 nights were really good as well. Like,
aye.
everybody done their bit.
And both the Monocasters and Angry Man Car Park I couldn't think of any other better bands to be on a lineup with. It was ideal.
Aye, it was a good time. Good nights.
Made you try harder playing with 2 bands that were.
Aye, especially with the Angry Man Car Park. His voice is amazing, man. So that's another thing. See, like the other bands that on the bill, seeing you can suss them out when you're sound checking, and that kind of pushes you on a wee bit. So if it's like every band's good on the bill, obviously it's going to be good for the people like listening, but for the bands that are playing, it's good to kind of have that wee bit of competition there. You know, like you can't really play shit because you have these guys that are going to come on next and they're going to be shit hot. So kind of keeps you on your toes a wee bit. Friendly competition, obviously. Like you don't want to like outdo them or anything like that. You don't want them to outdo you. It's just I don't know, a bit of friendly competition.
Obviously, that being such a good experience, what you've kind of articulated there. What's been your proudest moment as Pyro so far?
I don't know, making my mum proud of me. I have no
My
idea.
proudest moment from Pyro is going into my grand's house one day and seeing 5 of our most important gigs up on our wall, and my brother not even having one of his gig posters up. That made me feel really proud.
I don't know, man. Like, I've a lot of them. Just like, I've been around music since I was quite young. Like my grandpa's in a band and stuff like that. So since I was I've been playing drums since I was about 3. So it's like when I see family members and that I've not seen for ages, or people that I've not seen for ages, and they're listening into the music and stuff like that. They know what's happening, even though I don't really speak to them that much. I think things like that, you know, people actually pay attention to what you're doing. That kind of gigs and stuff like that. I mean, there's always going to be bigger gigs, and there's always going to be, you know, bigger names that you're going, oh, I worked with this person. But that doesn't really bother me too much. It's just like making people around me proud, I guess, if it doesn't sound too soppy.
Aye. I can agree. I agree. I see.
Aye.
I see my family all the time as well, and so seeing my mum on like somebody's shoulders at a gig, getting dragged off by bouncers, also something that I absolutely love seeing.
Proud moment.
And it happens too often, but there's actually been too many like standout gigs to kind of pick a gig that's been my favourite.
Aye. Gigs are gigs, you know.
They always get better.
Aye. As I say, it's like every gig's your next big gig. So
Aye.
I don't like go off that. It's just like people around you, I guess. They make it worthwhile, I guess. It sounds really like I'm trying to preach it.
Aye. This is a different side of Connor we're seeing.
Aye. Move on, next question.
That's the last question. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, man.